Hey guys, Josh here to let you know that InterBrews now has a Patreon page. That's right, you can lend your support to the podcast that's been going 7 years strong, bringing you the best and brightest of the craft beer scene here in Houston and beyond. And as a bonus, as a Patreon subscriber, you can get exclusive episodes of the show. That's right, we'll be doing some special interviews and episodes just for you, our supporters. So thank you so much. If you've loved the show, which I hope that is you if you're listening, then head on over to patreon.com/interbrews or interbrews.com/Patreon or anywhere you see the link. Head on over and lend us your support so that we can keep bringing you the show and make it bigger and better than ever. We appreciate it. Now, on to the show.
The following is a presentation of Stewart Productions.
This is InterBrews.
And we're rolling.
All right, rolling.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me set the stage. The sun is shining on our faces.
Do you need an umbrella? Are you good?
I'm good. I got my sunglasses. My future is bright because I'm hanging out with Nicole and Robert Brogdon here at Twisted Acre. Brand new, beautiful, fully decorated, ready to open its doors to the public brewery in Cypress, Texas. It's a wonderful day, guys.
It is pretty outside.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
You've made it.
Yeah, it's
Finally.
it's been a long road. Yeah, it's the most stressful time of my adult life.
Yeah.
I had something pop up in my Facebook feed the other day, like memories of like when you guys came out.
To the garage.
Yeah, that was like a year ago, like a week ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Long way from a garage.
Yes. But I've been telling everybody that's asked me about you because, okay, so that was, the plans were already in motion at that time.
Yeah.
When you were last on.
Yep.
We were sitting in your garage. It was cold.
Yep.
Today, we dodged the cold. It is fantastic.
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
I hope everybody's as pleasant on their ears as we are outside.
It's sunroof weather today.
Yeah, it really is. There's not very many of those days here in Houston, but we got lucky.
Yeah.
And we're out here by the pond with the fountain.
Beautiful.
Green trees, a little bit of autumn color, and fresh, delicious beer in front of us. And
What more could you ask for?
I don't know. I don't need much.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm good now.
Chocolate.
Life is good. Well, that's you.
I mean, I wouldn't say no, but
I wouldn't kick it out of bed, but I don't need chocolate.
yeah, it's not a much. I don't wake up in the night and say I got to go get some chocolate.
Yeah.
Now steak maybe.
Yes. Ribeyes good anytime.
Yeah, ribeyes are the best. But you know what goes great with the ribeye?
Beer.
And chocolate.
And chocolate.
Chocolate goes good with steak and beer.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
We've come full circle.
yeah, and let's just wrap the show there. Let's go get some chocolate steak
And steak
And,
and drink these beers and call it a day.
We'll call it a day. All right, so we're on the precipice of your official open this weekend.
Yes, sir.
December 8th and 9th, 2018. A weekend that will live in beer for me. Yeah. Forever and ever will be the day that Twisted Acre opened its doors.
Gosh.
And
Long time coming.
you made it.
Man.
No pressure.
Like
no pressure.
Forever. 4 years, maybe?
Yes.
Of just
5?
planning and trying to find the right spot, and it took us 2 years to find this spot. You know?
What do you think? It's good we waited it out, huh?
Yeah, I think this is a fantastic. When I walked, I couldn't get over how awesome and just
Thank you.
it's just, you see it, you see some things, and you just kind of have that. Yeah, that'll work.
That's
it. There's no real need to.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good. So just to lay the groundwork for everybody who is going to make it out this weekend or in subsequent weekends, because you will be open from here on out.
Yes, sir.
3.5. Did you say 3.5 barrel or 3?
Yeah, 3.5 barrel system.
Three
You
and a
can you can squeeze about 4 barrels out of it.
Okay. Blickman.
Yep.
One of the finer names in.
Isn't it like they just bumped it up to that size? Like it's their first.
That's their commercial
debut?
brew kit, to start.
Yeah.
They make the 1 barrel. They make some nice smaller systems, but that's their first commercial. They do a 5 hybrid as well now.
Yeah. Okay.
And, but a little more pricey.
Yes. But
We were on a budget.
Yeah.
no, that's good. Budgets are good.
Yeah.
But then when you open a brewery, I'm guessing you blew that out.
Oh yeah, completely. I cannot. As much as you read, you always say it's 3 times what you figure, right? Any book I've ever read, anybody ever talked to, it always says whatever you figure you're coming up with, it's going to be 3 times that, and they ain't lying. I mean, they ain't lying. And then it's the time. It takes a lot more of your money because, again, we were paying rent on the space for 8 months that was generating no money.
Yeah.
So, like, I had no idea it would take 8 months. So I figured about half that time.
Mm.
So, but then
then the county gets involved, and you're like, all right,
Yeah, and
you
they
might want to
just-
sit down and wait for a minute.
But I've never listen. That's the government, and if I know anything about government, it's that they're super efficient,
Yeah, they are.
and that everything goes right according to plan.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to get these out of the sunlight.
No, you're good.
Sunlight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you talk about just soul vampires, man. Just sucking the happiness away from you because it was a tough
They're
time.
dream killers sometimes.
Yeah.
If you want to see if your marriage will last, open a brewery together. I'm dead serious.
Y'all need-
I wasn't that bad.
No, just the stress is very.
you want to talk about it? This can be a therapy session.
don't know.
No,
What do y'all think?
we're good.
Are you going to charge us? I mean,
No kidding, right?
This is a part of my public service.
All right, good. All right.
I mean, I'm going to exploit it by putting it out there in
yeah,
public.
no doubt, right?
All right. Well, real quick before we get into the therapy session, the first beer I pick up, Green Card,
Yes, sir.
Mexican lager.
Yes, sir.
As I look at my small, I'm going to call this a small, make you feel like Andre the Giant size
Yeah,
mason
Mason
jar.
jar.
I like that
That's
because
nice.
I'm a big Andre the Giant fan. Did you see the documentary?
No,
It's on HBO.
but I watched them as a kid. Growing my whole life wrestling.
Yeah. If you have the like HBO Go or HBO Now,
Yeah.
we do.
it's a great It's a great story. Great.
Cool.
What a great human. Like just to see what an interesting
Huge
story.
man.
Yes.
Huge.
But there's a picture of him holding a beer can, and
Oh,
I kid you not, this is not as exaggerated as for an audio podcast. It's my hand to a small mason jar, which my grandmother used to make jelly in these size jars.
Oh, yeah.
Little plum jelly. But his hand was probably twice the size of mine compared to this, and it was a
I've
beer
seen
can.
pictures of him with a beer can.
Yeah,
it
and it
looks like a toddler toy, like
Yes.
some little kid toy.
Yeah.
It's like
And I think they said in one session he drank well over 100 beers.
Yeah.
Wait, is this a real guy?
yeah. His name
ever-
was Andre the Giant.
You ever Andre Roussimoff was his real name. He's from the French Alps.
So
I used to watch him wrestling
no,
when I was a
no.
kid. growing
Princess
up.
Bride. Did you ever see the Princess
Bride?
Physique.
He's the big man
He's
in that
physique.
movie.
Anybody want a peanut?
I don't know that line.
He's got a
But I
head,
think I know. Okay, I'm
This
it's
big
starting to
around.
come to me now. Yeah.
The curly headed, the big dude.
big dude, bigger than
I'm
life.
gonna have to find myself a new
yeah,
giant.
Yeah,
He's the giant.
Huge.
Oh, and on my phone, I would totally Google that right now.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I could probably quote you the whole movie.
That's
I
interesting.
love that movie. It's one of my favorites.
Let's just skip the podcast. You can just tell me
Just
about the movie.
a one-man play. One of the greatest movies of all time. It holds up. There's a lot of movies that don't hold
Yep.
up that I like.
You can
when I
watch it over and over again.
Yeah, and my kids love it just as much as I did when I was their age.
I think I used to cry whenever that guy got stuck in the quicksand. Like I used to think he was gonna die.
Oh, the lightning sand, yeah.
Yeah, or whatever that was.
That was in the fire swamp.
It like ate him.
It's one of the 3 tears of the fire swamp.
Holy shit, you know a lot about this.
Well, there's the.
That is
What
awesome.
was the first one? The flame spurts, which they make the sound. Then there's the lightning sand, which actually Buttercup, Princess Buttercup,
Yeah.
she discovered. And he jumped in and saved her. And then the ROUSs.
Yeah, and he's like,
Yes. Yeah, that's a
Yes.
traumatic experience,
oh,
but
I
he pops
know, and
out
I
of
was,
there.
I was
That's
little,
awesome.
And,
And
I
it
was like,
Wesley had a little sand in his wispy little
Was
his little
weird,
mustache.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
perfectly.
wow, you know
Trimmed.
like every little detail. That's
Wesley,
and then-
man.
Yeah, and then the
Borderline creepy.
ROUSs. Do you know what an ROUS is?
Nope, but
The-
I bet you're gonna tell me.
The rodents of unusual size.
Okay.
And then they jump on him.
There you go, man. You don't get out much.
Not without that
Yes,
movie
he
on
does.
my phone.
He's here.
This is it.
what
When
he
I get
does.
back home, it's that movie on a loop again.
That's awesome.
All right.
So green card.
It's a green card. There's going to be 3 phases to this beer as I try it. First, on the saltless side. Second, on the salted side.
Yep.
And then with the lime.
Got it.
So it's a versatile beer.
This is I call it the gateway beer.
You had it last time.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
For somebody who's not a craft beer enthusiast, who doesn't drink craft beer on the regular, who's
And my lime goes in the
yeah,
right
there
in
you
the
go.
pool.
Douche
mine's
right
already
in
been
there.
in the pool.
So it's a beer that everybody can drink. Anybody who goes, oh, I don't drink craft beer, I don't drink IPAs, or I don't drink porters or stouts. You pick your poison.
It's too thick. It's
They
too
drink
hoppy.
that and go, oh my God, I can drink this.
Yeah. Well, I will say this. We were just talking about gozas right before we hit record. With the salt on the rim and the lime splashing in, this effectively a goza. Tart with the lime,
Gotcha.
the beer. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a deconstruction
Yeah.
kind of approach, but
Oh,
that's
I
it.
like that.
If you
That's cooking terms.
Yeah. check that off the list.
There you go.
I don't have to use that one again for another few episodes. But
That's awesome.
I said if you like the combination here, or if you like Gozes, this is without having to worry about the souring in the in your brew house and all that kind of stuff.
So,
it's kind of a deconstructed
so
Gose.
this is 7.7.
Is it really?
Yes, sir.
So all our beers actually.
All of ours
So
are pretty stout.
Here's the cool part.
So there's where it differentiates itself from a Gose. Goses are like 3.5.
So all our beers are over 7%. In the garage, we could kind of maintain that 5 to 6.5%. When we bumped up to the new system, it just magically.
Well, that's a lot of grain. That's a lot of sugar being.
Which I'm not
being
complaining.
No.
But drink slowly.
I was gonna say drink it. You can't.
You're gonna. Yeah, that's a nice flight you got there. So.
I'm gonna have to pace myself for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I do have there's the rest of the day.
Man, it's overrated. Get a hammock out here.
Yeah. Seriously.
Kick back.
So yeah, this is our green card. So this is our best seller actually. We went through how many gallons?
100 gallons
even
already, and we haven't even opened yet.
We've done a few like small private events. We a friend of mine, Belly and Randall, we did their wedding rehearsal here, wedding rehearsal dinner here.
Yeah.
And we went through 2 7.5 gallon kegs of green card.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
It's delicious.
We'll put it on tap at Brew 30. They blew through 2 7 quarter barrels in two and a half hours.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a good feeling.
It's a style that's not super available among craft brewers.
That's why
And it's here especially.
Yep.
I can't go to many Mexican restaurants, Tex-Mex restaurants, and they have craft beer on tap.
Yep.
And it's a missing. Like this would be one of those I'd say y'all need to put that on tap.
In there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when people ask what it's compared to, I usually say like a Dos Equis or like a Landstar.
Just to give them some kind of landmark.
But to be completely honest, it's not even like any of those. It's just it's the only kind of landmark I can.
Yeah, I mean, yes, if they're familiar with those, it's not a bad jumping off point. But it's got a lot more.
It's got a lot more flavor on the
Very
palate.
complex.
Yeah,
Yep.
a lot of soul to it. It's got the bodies. I actually had a Dos Equis the other day. Like it's the first macro beer I've had in probably
if it's
7
good,
years.
it's good. Dos Equis, I mean.
It's kind of watered down for me now after drinking.
It is. I had
that
one the
for
other day
last
too, and I was
4 or
like,
5 years.
this is crazy.
Yeah.
I prefer Modelo now to like the Mexican,
I do the Negro Modelo, the darker Modelo. But that was I was at one not far from my house, a Mexican restaurant, and I didn't feel like having a margarita because I don't like all the sugar.
Sure.
I love the flavor of margarita, but like 2 sips in, I'm kind of shaking.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's too much sugar for me.
That's like me and you had those cups of coffee that day when we first met.
Yeah. Yes, there's this.
You mean the 9 cups of coffee that we didn't really sell at Willie's, but
Hey.
made a new batch for you guys.
Hey, it happened.
Oh man, I almost launched. Yeah, we were
Ready to launch off that chair.
Let's go open a brewery, man. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Fired up, man.
Yeah, almost like it almost fizzled out there at the
That
end.
was awesome.
But yeah, no, I had one the other day, and my girls, their jaws dropped open. Like, what are you
What are you
doing?
doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm preaching it all the time. Like, those are don't buy the macro beers. Just we're drink local. We drink from our friends. We drink good, crafted beer.
They're like, are you feeling okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, every once in a while, it's all right to slum it.
Dad's lost his mind.
Yeah. And I was like, I drank 2 of them. It went great with the chips and the salsa and all the everything.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's cold,
Yes.
it's tolerable.
Yeah, it's gotta be
once
nice
it gets
and
below
cold.
like 36.2.
Yeah.
It's like it starts to fall off
I'm
pretty
good,
quick.
thanks.
Yeah. But then just eat more chips and salsa to kind of chase it. But,
Kind of get it down.
yeah. But yeah, that was literally my first macro beer in probably 6 years.
Man,
So-
I haven't had one in. I can't remember the last time I had one.
Yeah. But hopefully, I know this particular restaurant, they're open to suggestion.
Okay.
And so I've been thinking, okay, where can we,
Wait, what's it called?
Las Manitas over on Mason Road.
Got it.
They have great food, great service. Like the people there are super, super nice and super friendly. They do breakfast tacos on the weekend, which
Can't go wrong.
the best. Yeah,
Yeah.
breakfast tacos are maybe the best thing that God.
That's
blessed
my
me
chocolate.
with. Yeah,
That's my chocolate.
yeah.
right there.
You can't any form of breakfast taco. But
It's not just for breakfast anymore either.
I'm
So
actually not a fan of breakfast tacos.
Love
Is
'em.
that weird?
all right, so I'm gonna cut her mic.
yeah, no kidding,
I
right?
don't really like the egg thing. It's
We
just-
used to like you.
You don't have to do eggs.
I just go straight to like steak.
You can
There
do
you
just
go.
a,
You
yeah.
know,
So it'd be a
Yeah.
taco.
If you're
then,
eating it in
right?
the morning,
Not
it's still
like
a breakfast
It's
taco.
still, you could do it.
I
If
feel
you,
like breakfast would be like sausage and eggs. So
nah, that's a misnomer. If
Yeah.
it's-
I mean, it could be. You
I
could
can
do
eat for eat at 7 a.m.
straight chorizo or something.
I'll just get a quesadilla.
Yeah.
You know. Next is Heff.
Yes, and I'm gonna. We may need to move these. I just don't want the sun
Here,
to.
do you want to like put them on the?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe I just put them down below,
Yeah.
just to keep them in the shade.
If they're too hot, let me know. I'll
No,
go
it's
get
not
you
the
some.
temperature. I'm worried more about the sunlight itself, right? There's that
Yeah.
chemical
Yeah,
reaction.
yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Don't put beer in sunlight.
It'll skunk it.
Oxygen
Really?
and
Yeah.
sunlight.
So tell me about that. Why is
Drink
how
it
does
quick.
that-
It is it's a chemical in the hops. It's,
That's why growlers are dark color. If you got a glass one, it's brown.
Yeah.
That's why most beer bottles are brown in color.
Oh,
you've had a Heineken before, right?
yeah.
You ever had one that's just set like out? Fluorescent light will do it,
Yep.
and sunlight.
So
Sunlight.
like bar lights.
Yeah, it'll make it skunky. Like it's an actual chemical reaction
I
between.
thought that was just the taste of the beer.
No, it's not supposed to taste like that. You
Let your sit too long.
yeah,
Drink it quick.
yeah. Or they have them in cans now.
Yep.
I'll move this because I'm not done with that. Now, here we go. the
So
Heff
this
Heff.
is our Heff. Like I said, I wasn't a big fan of Heffs and Belgians. Me personally, I love all craft beer,
Yeah,
but
when
that's
you
probably
came
on the
last time,
lower
he wouldn't make
scale
one.
of my favorite. And she's been pushing me to make one forever,
Mhm.
and I wasn't going to do it.
Cause I love them. They're like one of my faves. I like the spice taste, the cloves, the coriander. I like all that. He actually hates it. So when you came over to our garage last time, we had just started our Kickstarter, right? So we were just starting our Kickstarter.
I don't even think. I think it was right before.
Okay, right before,
yep.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we were about to start our Kickstarter, and so we were super excited, and we were ready to get this thing going, and we were all pumped up and all that positive energy, and we were. I'm not really a fan of Twitter.
Here
I don't-
comes the Twitter trolls.
Yeah, so I feel like they kind of congregate on Twitter.
Go to
like,
meetings.
together,
Yeah.
you know, and they kind of gang up on people.
Yes.
And I don't have very thick skin, so we had someone call us out on Twitter for. Well, I'm not even going to say. I'm not even gonna say what
It
they
started.
said.
His first words out of his mouth were "F this brewery." Is how it started.
And by
Which is always
literally
a
by
pleasant way
like,
to start
Yeah.
a conversation.
but he used the F word.
he sure did, and he was.
All caps.
Then he goes on about they must be, have 12 shades of Aggie flair in their garage and drive an F-250, and
And it was
just
just- it was
the guy
kinda-
was just being a
And
jerk.
I'm reading this right, and I'm like, about to cry.
And she's
I'm
soft.
like,
My wife's soft spoken, and she got very thin paper skin.
oh, I was like, that's so sad. Why is he saying that? He doesn't even know us.
Right.
Like that's mean, right?
Yeah.
So I
It
you
is.
know, and he's like, oh my poor. It's okay. You know, this is gonna happen. I'm like, I know, but why now? And so I said, can I just tell him to go F himself? Like, but didn't say the cuss word. I just said F.
F
right?
himself. And I
Yeah,
go, no, but I'll make a Heff and call it Go Heff Yourself, and I'll offer to go. I'll buy him around.
Yeah.
So that's where Go Heff
That's
Yourself
where
came from.
the name came from.
I vaguely remember, like, I have this love-hate relationship with social media. Like, I
Yeah.
love the fact that it gives you access to people, and that's where people are.
Yep.
But I hate, like, interacting with most of the people.
It's like I feel like if some people think that if they have a social media account that they have the right to just tell you their opinion. You know?
Yeah, well, and I think that's kind of like it's the, it's like Dr. Phil always says, doesn't matter how flat you make a pancake, there's always two sides.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why I have a mustache.
That
now
was
with my
awesome.
beard. I don't know why I have to do the.
It
But that's
just,
the
fake
thing.
mustache.
it made it work.
That's how the Dr. Phil
It
goes.
worked.
But that's the thing. It's like it gives everybody access. Like there's no gatekeepers.
It's
anymore.
open mic night,
and it's
it's
good
just-
because you can call out, like the president if you disagree, or whoever. Right?
Sure.
It's like
Yeah.
whatever, whatever party, whatever side you're on. There's nobody that even, no matter what. Right?
Everybody has a platform.
Everybody's- Right, and nobody cannot be reached on. If you're on Twitter, anybody can talk to you or speak to you or whatever.
Sure.
But at the same time, the decorum of like being a human
Sure.
is lost.
There's no morality. There's
There-
no moral values at all. They just start
Well, there's.
crushing you.
I don't know who posted that. But I guarantee.
Honestly, I don't
you,
even remember his name.
Right, I
I'd have to
guarantee
look it
you,
up, but-
if he were here in person, unless he's a psychopath or just somebody with
unless
absolutely
he's a very mean person.
right, and you'd have to have absolutely no like social skills whatsoever
zero
to say
filters.
that to somebody just right off the bat with no knowledge of
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, so
Yeah.
at the risk of giving him credit of this beer, that's basically
That's
where
where
it
that beer came from. So I made one that I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
What do you think?
And for me,
It's delicious. Let me do my palate analysis.
Do it.
There you go.
So I taste a little bit of clove in there.
Yes, sir.
Little bit of a little banana, but more of like on the citrusy to the. Am I wrong?
Nope.
I like the citrusy comment.
Yep.
But
And perhaps as I close my eyes,
if you guess this, that's gonna be crazy.
like the flavors.
Yeah. Well, you're
Oh,
like,
what? Where the citrus comes from?
I believe that. Well, all of that should be coming from the yeast.
They do. You do get, of course, the Hefeweizen yeast has all that flavor from the get-go. Your banana, the spice you're talking about, the clove taste.
There's a little bit of
well.
vanilla in there too.
Yep, but there's some additions in there.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. So a little. Yeah, it does
secret sauce.
Nice. I like secret sauce. Don't
Yep.
and don't divulge unless you want to tell me right now.
Nope.
So so this has. Well, okay. So what the yeast that you use? There's some that lean more towards citrus. There's some that lean more towards like kind of that banana, almost bubblegummy type. Like there's some.
It's so weird. He said bubblegum.
Yeah, because that's a. Is
that the secret?
No,
Shoot up,
it's
super
chewed up
double bubble.
We made gum for a weekend. Well,
Just
bags full of
just
chewed gum.
bubble gummed in, dry bubble gummed.
we hear it's bad for the environment, so we just put it in the beer.
Yeah, no, and you pre-chew it because otherwise it's like
That's right.
chicha or whatever the beer that they chip the corn. You can't get all the good stuff out of it until you're.
No, it's that was the description is something somebody mentioned
When we were giving away little
small samples.
those little sample cups, the flat ones, they're like I don't know, half an ounce.
Don't
I
ever
guess.
use them.
Don't ever use them.
Yeah.
Because we were given.
It gives you all flavors of beer because
Yeah,
you
we
don't
were
have
like-
enough. It doesn't. I don't know if
The
it's not
aroma
enough
and the-
air. You
yeah.
don't get enough because it takes all the
It's really
The
good.
air.
palate pleasing.
The more I
stuff.
drink it, the more I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and the more it warms up a little.
It,
And
so we bought the little ones because we were like, yes, let's save
Save
money.
a little money.
Right? 'Cause
Yeah,
if we buy
no.
the bigger sample glasses for people, we'll end up filling
Yeah,
them
You're
up.
filling them up.
So we bought the little ones, and a friend of mine came over, and she's tried all our beer before. Of course, it was her first time to see the place, so she came in, and I was like, all right, sit down. Let me give you little samples of everything, and gave her the samples, and she likes the hef, right? And so she tries it. She goes, and she made a face like, not the kind of face you want someone to make when you're trying your beer.
Yeah.
And I was like, she goes, that's not the hef. And I said, yeah, it is. And she goes, it tastes like bubble gum. So that's why it's weird that you said that.
I think you can get a little. I like it, but and it's not the only Hefeweizen I've had that has kind of that bubble gum, almost like there's almost like a circus peanut. Like I don't know if y'all like circus peanuts or
That's
not,
hilarious. I know exactly what you're talking
but
about.
it's like a little like essence of it. It's not.
Yeah.
There's not the sugary aftertaste, but it's like that the aroma, like right when you're. It's like the essence of circus peanut. And
It's weird the way like your
the
nose
essence
works
of
with your
circus
mouth, like
peanut.
how
That's
you-
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a shirt made.
Yes. That should be my new cooking show.
Circus peanut.
Blam.
So that one's 7.1.
Goodness.
That's that's the lowest
Yeah,
ABV.
it's the lowest one I got.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
it's delicious. It's really good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It turned out really good. We were happy with it.
So, what are y'all doing? Are these the sample glasses now?
No.
those are gonna be-
That's gonna be part of the flight.
Yeah. So our flight board. So it's cool because the guys next door to us, in the shop, they actually own Rustic Brush. It's kind of like those painting wine painting.
Make
like,
your own sign. Drink your own wine.
yeah.
That kind of stuff. Yep.
So, but they do like those cool wooden boards and kind of you can decorate those there.
Mm-hmm.
But this is their what do you call it? Like distribution.
Well, there's a shop where they make
they make all
the
the wood
supplies.
pieces for their different stores.
Okay.
So he's gonna help us out with
Just making flight
our,
handles for us and
our
stuff.
flight boards, our tap handles. So
That's cool.
He's
Nice
like,
dude.
He's like,
really
I
nice
work
guy.
for beer.
He goes, I work for beer. I said, I happen to have that currency
Yeah, I
here.
know a guy.
And that's our favorite kind of
I know
payment,
somebody.
So
Yeah.
I can hook you up.
yeah.
That's if the you always see those commercials about buy gold.
Yeah.
To guard against like an
Yeah.
economic meltdown.
Economic meltdown. Yeah.
If the economy goes under, it's not the gold people that have gold that will be on top.
No.
It'll be the brewers.
That's right, buddy.
If you have access to some grain and some water and
I'm good.
whatever else you need to throw in,
I'm going to
there.
have plenty of currency.
Yeah, you'll be the
Zombie apocalypse. We'll have beer.
It's
You'll be the-
recession.
recession
proof, right?
Yeah, you'll be
Exactly.
the new Jeff Bezos of the world.
If hope it never gets there.
Right. But it would go to a barter system, and people would bring you,
Sure. I'm gonna give you 2 goats and a chicken
Yes.
for a growler of that hef.
Be a lot of goats around here. I'm lousy with
We
goats.
haven't approved for goats. So
That's right.
You say that now. Just wait till
No
the
kidding,
apocalypse. People will be just pulling goats out of the woodwork.
That's right.
How come so many people have goats?
we actually
Weird.
talk about the apocalypse a lot at our
Yeah,
house.
what's wrong? Yeah.
Do you?
I'm
Conversation
not a
starter.
fan of those conversations though, because it usually consists of my husband and my 2 sons telling me that we're gonna eat Butters first.
Cat. Her cat.
My cat.
Oh,
It's her cat.
well, if with a name like Butters, it should be succulent.
They're,
That's what I'm
they're, like,
talking about.
they're like, I wonder how good Butters is.
Pre-sauteed already.
like
Are you kidding me?
Like
That's
what's
sad.
what's the one where you foie gras where you fatten up the duck? That's your cat right
Well,
now. It's just getting ready.
He's named after South Park, so
Yeah.
he's
yeah.
orange and white, so
Okay, like
he has half a mustache.
so just that
Mustache.
that
But
much
it's
less.
really
to-
a sad conversation because I'm like, dude, we're not eating Butters. He's
Hey.
sticking around, dude.
I mean,
First one to go is the pets, the family
yeah.
pets.
You can use his fur as
Why
like
can't
a
we-
throw pillow. Or
That's right.
remember him always.
A hawk.
What? Oh, cool.
good luck.
There was a bald eagle spotted in this area
Yeah.
not too long
Really?
ago. Yeah,
Look how pretty.
all right. Yeah, it's too bad it's an audio podcast.
No kidding, right?
See that?
It's hard to
hawk
look.
soaring.
You just have
So
to.
that's why when I saw it, I was like, never mind. Shit.
But it gives a good visual. People in their mind's eyes, they drive
That's
down
right.
the road listening to this podcast. Not to rush through the beers.
Yeah.
I've got it in my hand.
Go for it.
Bumble Tree.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. It's a honey IPA. Now get ready. It's 9.8.
I ate a big breakfast.
There's
So,
about 38 pounds of honey in that batch.
Is it still cold?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's good. It's like perfect.
Okay.
It's not too cold. It's where I can. It's hitting me
Actually
before I
tastes a
sleep.
little bit better.
Yeah.
So
When
I
it's
like
really
that.
chilly.
I'm not an IPA person, but I like our IPA because it's you can taste the hops and smell the hops up front, but in the back end it's got that honey to round it out. So you can drink more than 3 of them without feeling like you're pulling a sock out of your mouth.
Well,
to me, at
Well,
least.
a floral sock.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
I mean, washed in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
hops.
feel like hops feels. Ugh, I don't know. Can't do it. Really hoppy stuff.
Yeah.
I love hoppy.
Of
I do
course
too.
you
So that's everybody. So I love it.
Yeah.
So for me, hoppier the better. But I think in that particular one, it's really calmed down. The honey really smooths out the hop bitterness.
Mhm.
And there's like 86 IBUs in that beer too.
Mhm.
So there's quite a bit of hop
You
in
can't,
there
but you
to
can't
begin
taste
with.
the 9.8, can you?
No.
It's dangerous.
That's what I was
It's
going to say.
dangerous.
That may be. Let me get like 4 more of those.
Yeah, no kidding.
we're hanging
right?
out at the brewery some nights and we're working on stuff, and of course, Robert's like, well, it's beer time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he goes and grabs a beer, and as soon as I'll ask him what he grabs. If he's like, oh, Bumble Tree, I'm like, all right, so we're gonna be shutting it down in about an hour.
After the first one, I'm doing
Yeah.
nothing else. The rest of the evening, I'm done.
It's super tasty. The honey flavor, like I love honey flavor, but there's like the echo of sweetness.
Sure.
But there's not.
It's
like
just
the
on the very
upfront-
back. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's
the very
not-
back of the palate.
Which I'm not looking for a sweet drink.
Me
If I
either.
wanted that, I'd have this
Yeah,
sodas,
yeah.
right?
Sure.
But man, that's delicious. That's super drinkable.
Yep.
See, when I say dangerous, and
Yeah.
I mean it in the best way.
Yeah, first time a buddy of mine ever tried to come over to the house, I was like, try this. And he's drinking, God, this is really good. I'm like, okay, that's 9.8. He goes,
Wait,
the
is
first
that
word.
John?
No, it was Daniel.
Okay.
First words out of his mouth were, oh my God, that's dangerous.
Uh-huh. That's an Uber call waiting
Yeah.
to happen. Yeah. Put it in now and set up your.
That's right.
Set it up.
I'm
because-
ordered 2 more of those, and I got Uber on standby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we live like 2 minutes from here, so that's good.
Oh, it's 3 blocks. It's awesome.
Yeah. Y'all really are real close.
Yeah.
Like if the stop sign's backed up, it's maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah, maybe.
Is there no way y'all can just cut across the field or something
I mean, maybe.
Almost.
in a pinch if you had
If I
to
had
sprint
to.
over here?
If we had a
Right.
cooler truck.
It's just right down here, right?
Yeah.
That way.
That way. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Not that anybody can tell because this is a
Again, we're a
podcast.
podcast again.
Yeah. No. Oh wait, y'all are off of. Are y'all off at Grant? Okay. On the
Right
other.
by TXR.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Good for y'all.
Yeah, man. Right down
Cut
the
down.
road. It worked out perfect.
So are y'all? Are we both? You're both full time here now?
I
this-
am now
Yes.
for sure. It's it. And
That's
Nicole has been for
I
a while.
have been for a while, so it was kind of difficult because, well, A, he worked in Pearland, so that was pretty far.
Yeah.
And B, whenever we started ordering grain and having all that stuff shipped in, and
Somebody had to be here because
Yeah, and someone had
you
to be
miss a
here.
delivery. It's like good luck.
Where to go.
Yeah.
speaking of missing deliveries, we had a go around with some yeast we ordered, right? Have you ever seen yeast that's like 2 days old in a package? that
After
should
the
have been
cold
delivered
packet's
yet?
already done.
blown up?
Oh, it's incredible.
It looked like a
It-
balloon.
It's
It
a
was-
nano batch, so it's for 5 barrels.
Uh-huh.
And that thing was this. You can't see what we're talking about, but I'm telling you, it was bigger than about the size of a beach ball.
Probably super tight.
It was incredible.
Oh, it was crazy. I took a picture.
She sent it to me where I laughed out loud. I was like,
when
that
I finally
is
got
great.
here, because I had missed the FedEx guy. My car was in the shop, so I had to actually call an Uber up here to pick it up. And 3 Ubers later, 'cause I kept missing the guy.
Finally got it.
Opened it up, and it was a mess.
That shot.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that you were in Pearland. Last time I was down in Pearland talking to Chris at Backfish, name drop. It was the same thing, or they were talking about. Actually, yeah, Chris, and then Josh at Saloon Door. They also had a yeast issue. Like if you miss that delivery,
You're done.
Screwed.
that's probably one of the hardest. Like grain,
Yeah,
that'd be fine. Hops, I mean, you don't want them getting too hot.
Too
or
long.
whatever,
Yeah, but that yeast is like a time. It's a short
Yeah,
window.
Yeah.
You have a short window.
And I wonder if there's been any that have exploded on a UPS driver. FedEx guy.
This one was damn close to it. I can
Yeah.
tell you, it was
Oh, it was. If I don't even know.
one
Did we
pothole
throw
away
it
from busting in that
We
box.
should have just popped it. That would have been hilarious.
It'd have been all over me and you and whatever.
I wonder at some point if there's any, obviously there's sugars in there to get it. It's like a big smack pack, right?
Yep. Well, yeah.
So it's like that yeast is working. It's eating something.
Yep.
So I wonder if at any point, I guess it'd have to ferment for a while, but if they forgot it in the truck over the weekend and it didn't explode, if that FedEx driver leaving the facility could get in trouble for bootlegging or distribution or
alcohol.
something.
Smell it.
Yeah.
What is this?
It's like,
you
sir,
been
what do you
drinking,
got?
sir? That's right. What do you got in the back?
I don't know. Kaboom. It'd be like a pretty good scene in a movie.
Oh, yeah.
About a brewery.
Yeah.
Maybe did I ever tell you about my idea about a horror movie that takes place around?
I feel
brewery?
like you may have, but I think you should say it again.
Refresh my
The head
memory.
brewer, he uses heads for his brews. It's a whole thing.
Oh,
You know.
got it. He's a head brewer.
Yeah.
Got it.
Do one of those
That's awesome.
what is it, B films?
It would absolutely, yeah.
It'd
That'd be
definitely
awesome.
be a B film.
Well, okay, so part one takes place. He starts out as a home brewer. Takes place in the Houston area. The main guy, not the bad guy, but our hero. I based him loosely off of Mike, who's not with us today. Mike, I hope you're having a good workout.
I wish you were here.
Yeah, right.
Mike's a quitter.
Yeah. I hope you get a spot. I hope somebody's spotting you well right now. But anyway, he inspired me to be like this, new home brewer. That's the main character anyway,
Yeah.
and his next door neighbor happens to be a psychopath that put heads.
So who's playing you in this movie?
Me? I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to be.
an InterBrews in this.
I think you know what? Okay, so did y'all see the new Halloween? Do y'all like scary movies?
Yeah, I love. I haven't seen the new one yet. No, is it good?
Yes, it's so fun.
Like
but
really good.
I thought one of the best horror movies I've ever seen.
That's good.
I mean, so you have to watch the original. And
Oh,
then,
yeah.
and then don't watch. You can watch the other ones, but know that the story goes from the original
to
to
there.
this new
Got
one,
it.
and all the
Got
other
it.
ones are not canon, as they
Yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah.
And they actually address it a little bit in the movie, like offhand, but just enough to say, all right, that's how you just dismiss it.
The first one was the best anyway.
Yes.
By
So
far.
they try to skip all the bad ones and just go straight
Yes.
to the okay.
They
the
talk
ones where
about
they butchered it.
Erase
yes.
history. Yeah.
and all the Rob Zombie stuff is like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, this next movie, it's great. Like it was the most. So there's two sides, like Dr. Phil says about the pancakes, and the social media, which we'll get back to that, I suppose. But with strong female lead characters, not superheroes, are a little bit of a subcategory. We'll get to that because I know you and I would like to talk about some Marvel
Oh, God.
Universe
awesome.
I have
MCUs.
some stuff I can do inside whenever.
but there's some movie about like older ladies being these badasses. It just came out, or it's coming out. Like literally, like 60-year-old grandmothers going to like rescue somebody.
Yeah.
Just going on.
And like they show them like punching like heavy bags
That's
and
hilarious.
like lifting weights
Got
and
the
stuff
Rocky
like
music playing
yeah,
behind
something.
it.
And they're like they're
Yeah.
gonna kick everybody's ass. They're 60, postmenopausal. They're
Wow, you know that
mother-in-law.
voice like
yeah.
perfect.
That's the movie voice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, I can't. I mean, I'm all for strong female
Did you
leads.
just say postmenopausal?
Yes, I did.
There's pre and post.
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm all for strong female characters, and that's the contrast. Is in Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis, who is in that same age range,
Yep.
is an awesome, badass, postmenopausal,
Yeah.
strong female lead. She's not working on the heavy bag.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
not
yeah.
doing heavy squats in the
Yeah.
garage.
She's
just a
she's
badass.
working on her aim.
She's
Yes.
like the John Wick.
I've seen the previews.
Of like,
Yeah,
you
she's
know,
got that 30-30 lever action. She's like
ain't
just
playing.
no, and her dead eye and has the
She's
house
always
rig.
playing like some sort of a badass, though. I feel like.
Yeah, like True Lies. True Lies is
Yeah.
one of the best movies
I
ever,
love
right?
that movie.
And it works. That's the problem with trying to force something versus letting it be what
She's
it
got
is.
the
Yeah.
look.
She's got the look. She's got the attitude.
Dude, yeah,
It
she
was-
pulls it off.
It was The movie was
She
fantastic.
doesn't look like she's trying too hard. to
No,
be-
and it was a great her and her daughter and her granddaughter all like brought into it. So they have it set up to where
so
potentially
she's like the super mom, of
yes, but
her
it's
daughter
not.
and her granddaughter.
But it's not sold like she has to sell it. Like it's just a really good movie.
Cool.
Like it's fun to
I
watch.
want to see it
Oh, it was great. We went
We're
to see
watching
it
it tonight.
on
because I've
Halloween.
seen all of them.
We went to see it on
Right.
Halloween. We went at like 11:15 in the morning.
Oh, cool.
Me and my wife.
In the morning.
Yeah, it was great. It was raining outside. There was like 7 other people in the theater, and it was fun. It was one of the most fun movies I've seen. But anyway, what was I
Put it
talking
on
about?
the list.
Oh, yes. So watch that movie.
Got it.
But that other movie about the women that are doing the heavy bag and the
Probably gonna
I
skip
don't think
that
I'm
one.
gonna see that
Probably
one.
gonna
yeah,
skip
they're
that
like
one.
gangsters. Like
That's awesome.
I'll wait till it comes out on
yeah. It might be good for a
free
laugh.
Netflix.
I don't know.
God.
Anyway, that's probably sexist of me or something. Anyway, what brought us into that? Anyway, Halloween.
Your movie with the brewers, the head
The brewer,
brewers.
head brewer.
Oh yes, and that was okay. Thank you, Nicole. Thank
I'm
you.
good at this.
They
Keep us on track, dear.
they had a podcast in that movie, and they actually used this recorder.
Oh, great.
And it took me out of the movie for half a second because the way they were using it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
they're going to get way too much handling noise the way they're doing it. The wind,
Too much
I could see there's
static,
breeze.
it's not- yeah.
This is not going to be a
I'm
good
calling
audio
it.
recording.
Yeah, it's
they
awesome.
should have attached a mic. They should have done. There's like X,
That's
Y.
great.
It's like
You're picking it apart.
it
That's
was like,
awesome.
and then Kelly, my wife, is sitting right next to me, and I was like, that's not going to make a good record. She's like, stop that. Just let it go. I'm like, it's a good recorder.
Yeah.
And, obviously it's a quality, makes this, because everybody knows
You're
this.
like pausing it and zooming in on like what kind of
Let's get the brand.
Yeah, it's like, what do you have it
See what
set
it
to?
is.
What do
That's
you have
right.
set to?
What's the settings
Oh.
on that?
kind of
Yeah.
equipment are you working with
Oh,
here?
yeah.
I'm gonna need you guys to keep it real in the movie. Make it work.
Yeah, what is the you have the delay on? I don't know in that setting. You
Your
don't have
wife the whole time, she's just looking at you like, is this guy fucking kidding?
I should have done a whole thing. No, I've not seen like a blog post on that. I'll wait till it comes out and then on digital or whatever,
Yeah.
and then I'll go through and
Then
a
nitpick.
podcaster's
Yeah.
review of how they
Use
but
the equipment.
I'm glad that podcasters are
right.
to the point where that's a thing in movies now. It wasn't like a radio DJ or a TV
Yeah.
reporter.
Yep.
It was podcasters,
Yep.
and it worked into it, and it was great. That the fact that they were was great.
Yeah.
But then the way they handled the Tascam DR40.
Oh, that's what it is.
Is the
Got it.
handling
The
noise.
Tascam
It was.
DR40.
You're just gonna get too much. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, I know. It's common knowledge.
Right. Anyway, Bumble Tree, delicious.
Thank you.
Good.
Appreciate it.
Mm.
Thank you, sir.
Even better when it warms up.
Yep.
There's like flavors. Like it's like comes out at you.
Yeah.
What type of honey was in this? Or
It's
is
an-
in this?
It's
a-
local. It's
it's-
Texas local honey.
Yeah.
So we kind of chose what was in season, I guess.
Okay.
There were 3 or 4. We reached out to the local spot and we tried to find. They had 3 or 4 things that were available, but I tried to find something that had some floral notes in it. That would,
I did some honey research.
Yeah,
one
no
day,
kidding, right? I had my secretary do some honey
Some
research.
printouts.
That went
and
deep.
Yeah.
binders and
And,
folders and stuff.
What? So is it like wildflower?
I can't
or
remember the
clover,
name of it off the top of my
or-
head.
I mean, honey is one of those things where if you
It's a hit or miss. Yeah.
well, it's that, and I mean, there's so much variety,
Oh yeah.
like a ton, like just like with
I
hops.
remember I talked
And the
to
guy who
people-
sold
yeah.
it to us, he actually does mead and stuff too. So he had
Okay.
a good working knowledge.
Yeah,
of,
I called and talked to him
Yeah.
for about 20 minutes one day, and
to
we were talking about everything and what we were
he
trying
said
to
I
do.
would
and
recommend this over this and the reasons why. And he was pretty knowledgeable. I was
the
like,
flavors we were
sounds
going
good. Let's
for,
go for it.
yeah, that's cool. That's
So,
that's a big
I
asset
wish
to have.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember where we got it's written down. It's in our.
He does
beer
like
binder.
mead, like home
Yeah.
mead
Mhm.
mead making.
Yep.
Because there's a few meaderies in the area.
Yeah. So he could actually give me a pretty good, rundown of the
It's Central
styles he
Texas, I
had.
think.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, most of them are in kind of the Austin area.
And it's like 1 day delivery. It's here the next day.
yeah.
It was like it's pretty.
That's cool.
And it was economical too. Made it, which I thought was going to be astronomical, but it actually wasn't bad.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, honey, a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Like you can go deep. Like there's so many varieties.
Oh, they've got a half a dozen easy.
It was so cool, like learning about all the different kinds and how they taste. I printed out this sheet that like gives you all the flavor profiles. And
Yeah,
pretty fun.
she's kind of like me in that regard. If she sees something she's really interested in, yeah,
Well,
and
we
then
talked about this last time. I like to cook, so like the whole flavor thing is just fun for me to.
then she's on a mission.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same. You need that approach with beer.
He knows what he can tell me to do that he knows I'll just. He knows when I come back with what
on
we're
your
gonna
plate.
yeah.
And she'll take off running.
Yeah,
That's cool.
and when I come back with it, it'll turn out good. So
Yeah, you need that. That's good. That's I don't know, man. Honey is just of all the. I know there's the mead maker's guide to whatever.
Yep.
But I feel like this is like a honey for brewers book. They've got the wood, they've got the smoke here. Oh, there we go.
They're back.
Yeah, popped out there for a second. Maybe like a honey book just for brewers.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe needed. Maybe I'm not gonna
Start that before the movie.
you can give the first 50
While you're
books
writing
out
the
to
script
your-
for the movie.
Yeah, to people that come to your.
Put that in there.
Get that in there, man.
Maybe that'll be a side project.
There you go.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Something for Mike
So
to do.
next,
Yeah. Once he's done with his
Once he's
workout.
done squatting.
Yeah. Once he's done his post-workout recovery drink can have some honey
Yeah.
in it.
There you go.
Well, it's 11:47, which means it's almost
47.
11:47.
There you go.
Oh, see,
It's weird. It's weird, right?
Mm.
It's weird.
It is.
Well,
Every time
somebody's
I look at,
weird.
I feel like every time I look at the clock or my phone,
Mm-hmm.
it's like 47. The other day was 4:47.
Where did that start? I know you talked. I think you talked about it last time.
My birthday is on May 4th.
That's it.
May the 'cause we're not going to go
May the
there
4th
Yeah.
be with you.
because that's
Yeah.
what brought up the last.
Yeah.
So May the 4th be with you. Yeah. And then when I was in first grade, I was doing a cakewalk at like a school festival, and I had never won anything before. And I was on the number 7, and I won the cake.
There you go.
And there.
4 and 7. Hence the.
Started there.
Yeah.
Ever since then, it's weird, I know. But
Yeah.
Well,
so now, like I told him, and he's OCD, so when he gets gas,
Oh,
now,
good
he'll-
Lord.
he goes to the number 4.
You
the
can't
number
you
7.
can't give me stuff like that because then I'm locked in forever.
So now,
you know?
whenever we get gas, he's like, if the 4 and the 7 are filled, he's like, what am I gonna do with my life? Like, what? We're gonna go on empty. We'll just go to the next one.
you'll just have to get like $4.70 of beer
Right,
or
gas
gas
to make it work.
Hey, that's
each pump.
you know that.
I'm very
it's
OCD
done.
about stuff, and it helps with beer brewing, and it keeps me on task with everything that I do like that. So, yeah, and then she throws a wrench at me with 4 and 7s, and I'm like, oh my god,
Why would you
don't
do
give
that?
me something else.
Or put $47 worth of gas in your truck. But with gas prices being what they are,
I like $4.70. That's good.
yeah. So
You know,
I
for
don't
those $5 that people normally,
yeah,
I don't know if you're a $5 gasser, but
I
some
have
people
been.
put
Yeah, in a
you know,
pinch.
Yep.
You just
Sometimes you got
$5.
to.
That's right.
Yeah. Back when I was poor and living in Arkansas and working like making $17,000 a year
Oof.
Dang.
full time.
Oof.
Like what?
Yeah, first started in
Is that even a
TV.
thing?
That was last
Well,
week.
that
for me.
was. Yeah,
Is that even a salary, or can you like probably break it down to hourly and it sounds
it was
right?
at. Well, no, that was actually. I think that was. No, wait, that was in radio. I was making less in TV. I went from like 14.5.
So you're saying you have a
TV.
face for radio
Yeah.
versus TV?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. That's just it.
He's a dick.
I know who I am. But it was yeah, I remember putting like 38 cents worth of gas in my little four cylinder.
Pennies in the
Yes.
console.
I was trying to make it back.
Under the seat, you're like a quarter. Yes.
Yeah, well, I was
Bonus.
below E. I'd been out all night.
Let's see how far we can take this.
right.
I had crashed at a friend's house and needed to make it to where my dad worked so I could bum some money off of him to make it
course.
home.
That's right.
And I needed about 36 cents to make it to his place. I had about 37 cents
So
in the
fact
cup
that
holder.
You knew exactly how
Many
much,
cents it would
yeah,
take.
down to
That's
the
awesome.
cents.
Well,
Well, when you're a kid, though, I remember gas being 25 cents. you
I think
know,
I might have called my
80
dad a few
cents.
times when I was younger and been like, Dad, so when your car says E, exactly how many miles
Does
can you
E
go
mean?
before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or when it says,
then that
you know,
light
like-
comes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, of course,
That's
my
my wife.
dad
Anyway,
being,
she likes the E because
my
that's where
dad
it
being
stays
like
most
hours
time.
away from me, and he's a car guy, so and he always wanted to make sure I was taken care of with my vehicles, you know.
Yeah.
So I'd call him, and clearly not in the range for him to stop what he's doing and drive to come pick me up if I run out of gas. So I call him, and of course that's like his nightmare. What do you mean? How many more miles? Well, you need to find a gas station now.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm kind of in the middle of something, and well,
Yeah. God bless you.
Yeah. In the middle of a drag race.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right.
But it was like
he didn't like me racing either. So
yeah, I drove a little 4-cylinder like Ford Ranger.
There you go.
So if I knew if I had a hill, I could turn it off.
Coast,
and coast
good to
pretty
go,
far.
save some money.
Dang.
Yeah.
And that thing got like 60 miles to the gallon.
Oh, yeah.
They were a
Easy.
little bitty. It didn't go very. It went like 25 miles.
Yeah, that's it.
But I made it.
Wide open.
I made it. I walked in. Like I was still wearing my work clothes from the day before, which, probably smelled like a bunch of beer for various reasons.
Awesome.
And
it's because you spilt it on yourself.
He's like, son, did you sleep in that truck?
no, I told him. I lied. I was like, Dad, they made me come in early this morning for the morning show. And,
Yeah.
that's why I'm dressed for
Yeah,
work.
and I'm already dressed and I need a
At
few
9 a.m.
bucks.
Yeah. But now,
the things you learn when you're broke too, like,
those little Ford Rangers will go far.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone needs to be broke like once in their life, just because the
builds
things you learn
character.
about your car,
Oh, yeah.
about what food can actually be good
Yeah.
in the pantry.
How long
Especially
can
when
you
you
live
mix
on
stuff
ramen
together.
noodles?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much can I break these in half and do
Yes.
two little?
Like when you don't have bread or tortillas and you just do like a ham and cheese like roll up. Those are good too.
What's my base caloric need for the day tonight?
Just not pass out.
Yes.
Have a drop.
Yeah.
You can make lemonade with water, lemons, and sugar without actually like
Yeah.
having to
Hey, that's
spend
old school.
spend
That's
the
old
$2.50
school.
on the soft
Yeah.
drink,
Yep. Yeah.
because the
All those
lemons are
things.
free in the little,
If you work in radio, the biggest payment is the free meals you get for the pizza. The pizza guys would always deliver to the station if we just mentioned them on the air.
Oh, nice.
So I learned how to ask for free pizza real fast. That was probably the best thing about that and concert tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tickets and food.
Yeah. That's where
Can't beat that.
podcast, as much beer as I've had on this show, that's the best. Well, the people, and then the people that happen to have the beer.
people come
That's
first.
a great
then beer.
combination of people there.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like, I've made a lot
You
of
surround
friends.
yourself with cool people.
Yes.
There you
Well,
go.
I've made a lot of friendships. That's the absolute best thing.
Yep.
All BS and joking aside, friendships. I consider you guys friends. This
Yes,
is
sir.
a fun.
Yeah.
This is a fun friendship and a fun, I don't know what else would have facilitated this other than me just hanging out all the time.
No
But then
kidding, right?
I would have been the guy he's here again.
He's on
Doesn't
the couch again.
Doesn't he
I
have
don't
a
know what to do
family?
that guy.
But this gives me a valid reason, in quotes, to
Drink beer at 11 o'clock.
yeah. You got to do it when you can. Speaking
That's
of,
right.
it's
Yeah,
almost.
next.
It is almost.
Oh,
I did it
lost you again.
It's that.
There you're
we
back.
go. It's almost lunchtime, which
So-
means what's the special of the day?
Lunch special.
The lunch special.
It is this beer. Tell me about lunch special.
It was one of those. I think we talked about that last
made it
show.
last
but,
time,
to refresh the memory.
Yes.
If I'm not brewing beer, I'm dying inside. So
Especially whenever we were at the point we were in the garage where every little thing we did made us feel like we were getting closer to the goal.
it was always another step. So I had to always be doing something to keep me motivated to try and continue pushing the dream
Especially when we
forward.
were on those plateaus where we couldn't find a location.
Yeah.
We're still looking for investors. There's little hurdles that you just feel like, where
So-
am I going?
Now this was the location. Y'all just found this, right?
A year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep, yep.
December
This
3rd.
wasn't even built yet.
No.
He was like, "We're building that."
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're like, "All right, we're going to do that."
We're
Yeah.
going to be there.
And now.
So, but yeah, the lunch special, our first 4 recipes, he wanted to brew one day, and there wasn't enough ingredients for him to brew an entire batch of each recipe.
Of anything I'd done in the past. But I had enough base malts for a good porter to start a porter. So my wife is the cook in the family, of course, and I'm
Why don't you just
like I
throw
said,
it on
I'm the
the
guy who goes by the recipe by verbatim. It's got to be, or I
He's a
freak
baker,
out, right?
Like
Yeah.
if you,
There's a difference between a baker and a chef, right?
bee.
So
yeah, it was a
yeah, so
That honey bee.
and Nicole's like, just throw whatever in there, and just make sure you
throw it all
you
together.
log it all,
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be the lunch special.
Yeah.
It was
So-
that or mystery meat. So we went with lunch special instead of
like
mystery
that.
meat.
What's the ABV on this one?
7.8.
See, this one hits me like almost like ESB,
A little bit.
like English kind of like. If it were lower, I'd call it sessionable, but like a pub type beer.
Yep.
It's got like a
Very good pub
raisiny,
style.
toffee.
You get some
Yes.
caramel notes. There's
It's
a lot
delicious.
of caramel malts in there.
It's
A
this
ton.
this would be a great like-
Steak beer.
So we've
great-
actually,
yes.
my sister and I, we've reduced that down to like a syrup.
Mm.
Put it over ice cream. It's pretty good.
Really.
Yeah,
You got
buddy.
anything else to it, or just straight, just cook it down and
Just cook it down.
Hmm.
Like a syrupy.
Yep.
yeah.
Well, every time I drink that, I'm like, that's a good meal.
Yeah,
Have
it
a meal
pairs really
and
well with food.
have it right there with it. Mm.
Yeah, it's super good. Like I could, I feel like
I feel like that might have been one of your favorites the last time you were here.
It's still okay. My palate hasn't changed all that much. This is it's like comforting.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
it's warming, man. It's good.
If I were a government official, I would work out a treaty
over that beer, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Or
That's deep.
The new NAFTA deal.
That's your 38 cents of gas to get home right there. That's what that is.
Okay.
I need 38 cents just to get me to the house. That's that beer.
Are you saying you put that in the gas tank and we get them home?
Well, it's 7.7. I don't know how far I get you, but
I don't know. Well, how do you like? What are the? What's the?
I don't know what ethanol is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that falls in.
I don't know. My gas right now is at 15% ethanol or whatever it is, and I don't know. If you take into effect Back to the Future 3, where he has to try to turn the whiskey into... Didn't work, blew it out.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder how... I guess you'd have to distill it down, though.
Yep.
And ethanol not as efficient as gasoline, like miles per gallon type thing, but I think it burns cleaner.
Yep.
But it also corrodes the fuel lines if it's too strong.
So I'm going to be right
back.
Are you running from the bee?
No.
No. Okay, it's fine.
Your drink's empty? You got to go to the bathroom, is that what you said? Okay, just double checking.
That's fine. That's what we do.
Number one. That's why she married me.
So on the the production of these beers, what's the timeline? They're all ales. Right?
Most ale, other than the lager, the Mexican lager.
Yeah.
I mean, all the rest of them are your normal 14, 17-day turnaround for the most part. And versus if you're impatient like I am, there might be a little bit of forced carbonation going on.
Yeah.
But for the most part, somewhere in that range, just to get it done, and then you put on CO2. And I've had a lot of time for it to be sitting. I haven't had to force carb anything really yet.
Yeah.
Because I've had a lot of time while we're constructing and building.
So everything's. Is it keg? I guess in kegs.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't have bright tanks at this stage.
Yeah.
I've got so we keg it all and then I carbonate it all in the keg.
Okay.
Which is nice. The only thing I can do, I do have the one stainless steel fermenter for our lager that's jacketed, so I have glycol running through it. Cool. But it also has the ability to CO2 in the vessel, so I can do that.
Okay. So when you were looking at your system, let's nerd out brew-wise while Nicole's out doing her taking care of her business. What made you I'm sure you looked at a bunch of different brands and companies. What made you decide Blickman?
It was a couple of reasons. One, it was economical. Okay. We're on a small budget from a brewery standpoint, very small budget. And then it looked like something that anybody could do. If you have a system at home where you've cut out kegs and you've got it all plumbed already and pumped like I did at the house, you have your lauter tun, you have your mash tun, you have your bowl kettle. It's pretty simple, and that's the way that was set up. So the learning curve was minimal. So to be able to just jump right in and start going at it, and like I said, it was already downloaded into Beersmith, which I use a lot. A lot of guys do.
Yeah,
it was already in there.
That's a podcast I tell you should listen to if you're just like wanting to get brewing information and kind of beer knowledge. Yep. It's a good one. He's not flamboyant or like really entertaining.
Yeah.
It's just super informative.
Got it.
And it's just kind of straightforward.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So I went with that, so it made it easier on the learning curve for one, and make it easy to. I was very consistent on what we're doing at home. And I could turn the same beer out over and over and over again, and it'd be just a couple tenths one way or the other. So you had it dialed in pretty good. So that system's the one we decided to go with. So, and I'm still in the same wheelhouse. When we got started, turned out really good.
That's cool. So with 3.5 barrels, so far, what are the? I don't know. I guess what's the how often do you brew, or do you plan on brew? I guess it all depends.
That's gonna have to depend on traffic, right? Let's see how the traffic goes. Like I said, we did all 5 of those styles in 1 week, and that's a lot. Yeah. Coming from a home brewer to jumping up, that's 1,700 pounds of grain and a whole week's worth of work.
You're geographically speaking, you're in a good spot.
Yeah.
This whole area out here. There's the brand new. There's what's this neighborhood right over here off of Telge. Just right up. I don't remember the name. I forgot the name of it. But there's a bunch of new.
Everything's growing. Even our neighborhood's doubled in size. They opened up the whole back side of that.
I want to say Cypress had I don't know if it's doubled in size since we moved out here in 2002, but I mean it's grown.
It's got to be. It's
so much.
crazy the growth that's out here.
Yeah, and that's another thing. People hear the word Cypress if they lived in Houston, and like they have the old school thought of what Cypress is. Like, oh, it's horses and rednecks and people you don't want to talk to. But all those like homes out on a bunch of land, kind of off by themselves, have all either been torn down and turned into neighborhoods.
Yep.
Or they're in these cool little places like Murdoch's or like that.
Yeah.
Right?
We went there the other day.
Yeah, they've got some great food.
Hey, it had some ingenious harvest haze.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Of the breweries around town, or in the greater Houston area, of the 50 or so. Oh goodness.
So the next one is your coffee one, but I think you should drink it out of the coffee.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah. I know some of my favorite styles. Right. I knew the New England's and the haze craze is a big deal right now. Yeah. I'm gonna make one because I just.
Is this the same?
Yeah, but you got to drink it out of that glass. It's the same thing.
All right, fine.
Now this before we can get back to that conversation. Before you put your lips on that,
Smell it.
take a whiff of that.
Always reset.
Yep, reset
the olfactory.
Yep.
Smelling your armpit.
Well, this shirt,
Oh, got it.
I think.
It's like smelling
You get your own essence in your. You know what I'm saying?
your own
It
essence.
looked like you
all
were
right.
smelling your armpit.
no,
I was like,
that's-
okay,
I'm gonna make a
that's-
perfume
that's
called
a good
Your Own
reset.
Essence.
No, right there, little crook in your
Crook
arm.
in your arm. Yeah,
it's like that's what you smell like.
What?
That's you. That's all you.
I smell like
You're-
a baby.
Yeah, there
You're
you go.
really lotiony up and
Yeah.
perfumey though. So
Yeah, mine just smells like hair and skin. I don't know.
it's
So,
man
so
smell.
next is this is our 21 gun salute.
Whoa, so much
Take a whiff of that.
coffee.
It's a coffee stout.
No, this is
No
a,
kidding, right?
No, yeah, seriously,
This is
no
my
kidding.
favorite. I think we
You can
talked
smell
about
that
this
from
last
like a foot away.
Mm-hmm.
That smells like fresh brewed coffee.
Smells
Just
like Folgers in your cup.
Now I'm proud of a lot of our beers. I'm really proud of that. I think that's on par with name your favorite coffee stout of choice,
Or
and
stout.
we're there.
Maybe not
Yeah.
bourbon
Yeah, I think
stouts,
we're
but-
there.
that's so much coffee. That's almost like well, I was gonna say like cold brewed. It's got the aroma of cold,
cold
brewed
brew.
coffee,
Mm-hmm.
but it's got the body of a stout.
Robert,
Which
I gave you
that-
that one.
I think I love like nitro coffee and that sort of thing, but I think what's missing is the body. Like it's not quite like it doesn't have that oomph in your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You need that oomph in your mouth.
That's
The
what she
stout-
said.
That's yes. And this has this.
Yeah.
Robert, you put that oomph in my mouth.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
That's-
It
so should
costs
I go-
you
should I-
nothing.
Should I go ahead and
It
go?
costs you nothing.
No, it's.
We're gonna need some.
I
Cuddle
want
time.
the world to
We're
know.
gonna need some cuddle
I
time.
want
That's
the
so
world to
weird.
know.
Stop.
Yeah.
There I go again. It's this microphone. It got.
Yeah, I'm really proud of that. I think we're gonna bourbon. I'm gonna bourbon barrel age that. Actually, I used to do it without the same recipe without the coffee.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna take that one and do it in bourbon. I think it would be
Yeah.
stellar.
Instead of the
Yeah. Yep.
tire swing.
Yep.
So this one is 10.8.
You wouldn't.
No.
This
no.
one would go great with ice cream. Have
Oh,
you ever
yeah.
thrown some ice cream
Not-
on this
not
one?
No,
this one,
wait,
not
I
yet.
thought about this is my favorite one. I don't
Just
know
a
why I
scoop
haven't,
in
but
there.
That'd be nice. Ice cream float.
Yeah,
Oh,
I bet you that would be
yeah.
good.
We could do that like in
I
the
know
summer.
Ingenious
We could
does a
do it
lot
in
of
the
that.
summer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you throw some Bluebell in there or whatever, homemade whatever.
Vanilla.
That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah, just bobbing right there.
So we actually we had this on tap at Brew 30 as well,
Yeah.
and I guess right now on Untapped it's like a 4.17 or something.
Yep.
Really.
What's really nice is you're gonna geek out over beer stuff. Is to start seeing yourself pop up on Untapped.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
What
mean-
when do you add the coffee? I always like I think from what I understand and what I've observed, people add coffee at different times and in different methods. How did you
I do it the last 10 minutes of the boil.
Okay.
So I don't want to boil it out of there.
Yeah.
I want it like everything we try to do. If it says coffee, I want you to
Taste like
smell it. I want you to
Yeah.
taste it. Hell, I want you to have a caffeine kick off of it.
Yeah. What's the
It's your Red Bull and vodka.
Yeah,
with
it's
beer.
there's
Really?
20 pounds of coffee in that stout.
how do you prepare the coffee before you put it in?
Well, now what we did, what we used to do compared to what we're going to do is two different stories. We used to have it ground already. It was already ground.
Yeah.
Put it in a muslin bag, really nice fine mesh bag. Drop it in there. She shows up on our very first brew day. I've got everything ready to go. She goes, picks it up, because the guy lives in our neighborhood, believe it or not. And she brings me back this 20-pound sack
I felt like I was Santa, but
of
with
coffee beans.
That's great.
And I'm like, babe, what am I going to do with these beans?
So I'm all proud of
Because
myself,
if you know anything
right?
about,
I'm like, I got the coffee. I'm here.
if you know anything about coffee, you have to crack the husk
Yeah.
of the bean. You can't just soak a bean, right? So I was like, what am I going to do with that?
And I'm like,
So she went to, it's hilarious. She went to HEB, bought a little coffee grind, the biggest one they got. And I'm talking, I've got 20 pounds of coffee to deal with.
I don't
I
know.
burned this thing up in less than
No,
my son. I got my little son doing it. He's 15. He's pushing the button, grinding.
He goes,
10 minutes, Dad.
I don't think this is going to work.
It's done. I burned it up.
Yeah.
It's done.
So
I say,
our
honey,
other son, Brennan, some of his friends, they just happened to stop by, and they lived on the street, and they were like, yeah, we've got a Ninja and like a Cuisinart,
I bought her a big 13-cup Cuisinart food processor. I said, go get that bad boy from the house.
So
Let's see what we can
we're
do.
sitting there with like 3 or 4 different contraptions of like grinding shit, right? And we're all of us are put to work.
It's
'cause
awesome.
We're trying to hurry, right? Because he's about to use it or need it. So we're all grinding up coffee, and it's not really ground. It's just
chunk.
Yeah.
And then the other thing you don't think about when you move from garage to, commercial, is the bags. Like, what are you gonna put all this freaking coffee in, right? So I'm like, well, so I go to HEB again. I made like four.
Yeah,
four
there was a
trips
lot
to
of trips
HEB.
that day.
And I'm looking for mesh bags, and the only thing I can think of is like when you do laundry, like the little bralette bags, and like
He wouldn't know this, but his wife does. The little laundry.
You put your bras
lingerie
in
bags,
them,
like lingerie bags,
or like if you have spaghetti you don't want stuff to stretch in the laundry.
Sure.
So I'm buying out HEB, like, because they're just little. They're like, what? They can't hold more than like 2 bras in them, right?
Yeah, there's
but
some.
we got 20 pounds of
Depends on the
coffee. So
It was
yeah, exactly.
awesome.
Mine. There we go.
It was awesome.
So we brought it back. I brought them back, and we probably filled up 12 of those things.
It was awesome. It was a great day.
So,
It's a great story.
So we're using mesh laundry bags to put coffee in, and
they're rated for the dryer. I was like, it
I
won't
called
melt.
them actually.
They're good for dryer.
I called the number on the back
Yeah.
to see what temperature they could be put at. So
Yeah, the dryer gets hot.
Yeah.
so we said F it and did it anyways. But a week later, the lady calls me back, and she confirmed that we could put it at that
Yeah.
temperature. And I was like,
It
well,
worked.
thank God, because it's
It worked out.
fermenting now. So
We have since bought large bags.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how that one came about, and I think it turned out better than the original. So I'm gonna go with the Cuisinart grind method.
Yeah.
And it
The,
really turned out well.
The
works.
ghetto way of grinding, because it wasn't really ground. We had a coffee guy come out here. He works for Comcast. He came out and did all.
He has
all
a
of
side
our
coffee
Wi-Fi.
business as well.
Yeah, it's Constellation Coffee, and
Okay.
so they're just starting up. But he came out, and we were talking about, because he, I guess, had looked us up before he came to work on the space, and he was trying to see if we had a coffee, anything, because he was going to pitch his little, coffee for us and see if we want to collaborate. And so he asked how we did the coffee, and I told him, and he said, well, that's probably why it's got the coffee aroma, because the finer you grind it, the less of an aroma.
Yeah.
So,
It's like, well, like I know with French press, you don't want as coarse, or you want a more coarse grind.
Yeah.
You want
Yes.
as fine, but like for
Yep.
drip coffee, it's got to be fine.
so that's how
Yep.
it was coarse that day.
It's very coarse.
Yeah. So you can almost take like a sledgehammer to
Yep.
it, just
Mhm.
smash the shit out of it.
Yeah.
It was a very eventful day.
I tried to put it in my meal. Nah, I
No.
wouldn't even touch those beans.
Huh.
Grains, fine. Beans, no.
No.
Not so much.
Yeah.
But it's funny,
delicious.
the ways we've learned to brew stuff on this bigger
But it turned
system,
out
yeah.
really good, so that's what I'm going to go with the Cuisinart method.
So the 21 gun salute, does that mean the guns like the bra reference? Or?
No, it's actually
Ha.
a friend of ours who makes a coffee. He has a coffee company called Counter-Strike Coffee.
Yeah.
He lives in our neighborhood. He's a retired serviceman. And we were trying to come up with a name. He called me one day and goes, why don't we make because I had given him a stout I made. Why don't we make coffee stout together? Well, you drop the coffee off, we'll make it work. So he did. So it's called Napalm. It's the coffee. It's a very bold, very strong coffee.
He's at the farmer's market, or
Yep.
he used to be quite often with his coffee. So it's a vet-based company.
Yep.
So I think 10% of the proceeds from coffee sales go to wounded vets. So
That's cool.
it's kind of a cool cause.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where she picked up the beans that day. He's got a commercial grinder at his house.
But I didn't even think to. He didn't even think to ask us.
She was so proud. Came back with all those beans, boy, happy.
That was a big. The bag was pretty cool. It was like a burlap sack.
That's how they ship them.
I know. I just felt really cool, and then he crushes my dreams and goes, "What am I supposed to do with these beans?" I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even realize that they were ground the first time that we'd gotten them at the
2
house.
+ 2 is 4, honey. Works out.
Yeah, it's
To some people.
so many things to figure out.
Yeah.
Between the honey and the coffee.
Yeah. And I was right in the middle of it.
Well, and we're last minute people.
It was go
so
time.
Every time we find stuff out is always when we're like doing it, when we're in the game brewing, and we're like, well, we kind of need to do this. Well,
Yeah.
Learn on the fly.
Well, it worked.
Yeah, it worked out well.
I say, I don't know. That's
I think if you like stouts, that's a very.
If you like coffee.
Good. Oh,
If you like- yeah.
So that's another thing. So it's kind of weird. So the two beers that we were approved for our labels before we were actually approved by the
Health department. So
Yeah,
I could
the
actually
county.
distribute beer before I could actually have people in the place.
So that's what at Brew 30 they threw the launch party for us. So they were the first people to have us on tap, and we gave them the coffee stout and the green card, which are on two completely different ends of
levels.
the spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cool because the coffee stout, kind of similar to the green card. The green card's a gateway beer. Like if you aren't a craft beer drinker, you can drink the green card. But the coffee beer as well. Like if you like coffee and you don't drink craft beer, I've turned tons of coffee drinkers. And it's a stout.
Or a lot of
so
people
that's
go,
weird.
"Oh no, I don't drink stouts. They're too heavy and stuff." Well, just
Do you
take
like
a whiff
coffee?
of that
Try
real
it.
quick and sip on that. Just
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Thanks.
I would have not had as much coffee this morning if I'd I should have known.
Well, we knew you were coming, so we know how you and Robert like
awesome.
to drink
Love
coffee
it.
together.
Launch me into orbit. It'll be fine. But it's almost like it picks you up
Yeah.
as it brings you.
As I said, it gives you upper and a downer all in the same glass.
Yeah, it's a weird.
It's nice.
So we should try and figure out like how much caffeine is actually in it.
Kind of
Is
do
there
the
a way to
math.
do that?
I'm sure I can figure it
Well,
out.
typically the darker the roast, the less caffeine
Huh,
because it
interesting.
cooks off. So like light roast coffees have more caffeine.
What?
Yeah. I want to do a coffee show. I want to do a bunch of because there's a few coffee roasters
Do you
around.
have a
in
list?
Houston.
Yeah.
Have you started a list?
Of things you want to do. This
In my
before
head.
the movie or after
So
the movie?
I
This
make
will be
lists.
before the movie. I think I can do a coffee show before I get the movie ready.
Got it.
The script writing I'm going to start as soon as I leave here.
So what are you gonna like go around and
As soon as
interview,
I
like,
leave.
like interview coffee people?
Yeah, I think so. Throw in a coffee show every
Dude,
once in
you
a
can
while.
do a coffee show.
It works. InterBrews. You brew coffee.
Yeah.
Why not?
People
That's
love
pretty
coffee.
cool.
Put
Coffee's a
coffee
big
in beer.
deal.
Yeah, and I love it too. And I could do it earlier.
Okay, there you go.
I don't know.
You wouldn't feel so bad about drinking like
I never
a few
feel
cups
bad.
of coffee. At
That-
Coffee in the morning and about 11 o'clock start drinking beer.
I don't
Then
even-
you'd book your coffee show and then your beer show.
I just book the beer shows, and then if they're serving coffee,
If
that's
coffee
fine
works
too.
out, so be
yeah,
it.
so yeah,
Right.
well, we'll go with it.
So
There's
be
no
it.
reason not to. Honestly though, drinking the beer early in the day works.
Yeah.
There's no I work, at night. I don't get off work until midnight with my real job. But being able to have a couple of beers before work and then a little bit of time to kind of shake it off,
Yeah.
and then go, it works.
Yep.
I would recommend it to most everybody. I think that whole waiting till after work to have a beer,
Hey,
overrated.
that's what I'm
Well, you
thinking.
got to fit it in
That's what I'm
sometime during
thinking.
the day. Why not just start off early, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's
Everybody dreads Monday, but if you know you got a couple beers before,
lunch or-
before you actually go to work,
lunch beers.
that's pretty nice.
It keeps you in check. You can't drink too much. I would say like a 2 beer total max.
Minimum, yeah,
And check those ABVs.
or maximum. Excuse me.
Yeah,
We're pushing that ABV for you today a
a
little.
little bit, but I'll be good. I don't know. There's a responsible way of doing it. I've actually found that when you drink a little earlier in the day and say, okay, that's kind of my deal, that it keeps you. You got other things to do, and it's a natural way to keep you in check. You
Keep
can
you-
enjoy it
That's right.
and still get your stuff done,
Yep.
but still, but have
And you don't have to go to meetings.
no, you
Yeah,
don't, and you get to have all these conversations. Like we have these conversations
Yeah.
here. I mean, how often do you like after the workday, your brain is frazzled?
Done. Yeah.
And who wants to talk about like world events or real deep philosophical things like beer horror movies?
Sure,
or,
sure.
The Princess
After
Bride.
you've already wiped out the mind.
yeah, you're
that
not
day.
you're not on top of your game.
Yeah.
I think we need to really take a look at how our society does things.
That's right.
The kids are in school; they're fine. Let's just
Have a beer at 11. I think 10:30.
Yeah, because then you're not drinking around your kids either.
Yeah.
So they don't see, that's
and it's within reason.
setting a good example, if you will.
Yeah. No, and I try to teach my girls what
selling it,
responsible beer drinking is.
Yeah,
you know?
what it
Like
looks
during
like.
the day.
This is what it looks like.
Yeah.
So when you're driving, it's not dark. You don't have to worry about,
Well, I'm a homebody. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But I'll come to this brewery for sure.
It's right down the road.
Yeah, you live pretty close, huh?
I do.
Yep.
So speaking of coming to the brewery, we have tickets on sale for next weekend for the grand opening.
Ticketed event.
$20 gets you admission, a pint glass, and 3 pours.
Nice.
So it'd be the same if you came in and bought, 3 beers.
It's actually a little cheaper because if
It's
you
a little
bought a
cheaper.
glass here at the
Yeah,
brewery,
it's $8.
a little bit more. So you're actually saving some money.
But the cool part is we're actually our parking is kind of limited.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to have our come in waves, I guess, so people can. We have an afternoon and an evening ticket, so for both Saturday and Sunday. So the afternoon people, once they come and drink and do whatever, then hopefully maybe by then some of the parking spots will have opened up. So then by the time the evening people come,
yeah, we have a 12 to 4:30 block and then a 5 to close block.
Well, there's definitely people have things to do on the weekend.
Yep.
Like you got your kids, you got your just getting stuff done on the weekend kind of thing. So pick your spot and come enjoy.
Trying to make it easy on them and on us.
Yeah. No, and I love it that it's limited because one, you appreciate what you have but if there's too many people jammed into a spot, it's
frustrating. You can't enjoy yourself.
And y'all listen, everybody. Listen. I know you're driving right now or whatever, working. Pause for a second. Their tap room, your tap room, Nicole, your tap room. It's homey.
You like
it's inviting. I love it.
Aw, yay.
That was my first words to Robert. It's like, dude, I love this. It's inviting. It's welcoming. It's what's that German word? Gemütlichkeit or whatever they say. Where
Bless
it's like a thank you.
God bless you.
It's like a third place. It's not home. It's not work. It's a place away from both of those. But it has that
feel.
It has like that
warmth.
Like
word.
soul food, but like of a room.
It's like soul food without all the carbs and saturated fats. Or whatever.
Soul food without the food.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
But if you had some of that there, you would enjoy it that much more.
It's the lighting.
It's super
Yeah, trust me.
We
talked about the lighting. Believe it or not.
I said you need to listen to her.
That was probably the biggest fight we got in when he was talking earlier when we were talking about your marital work.
Yeah.
It was lighting.
Yeah.
Even in the warehouse too.
Listen, I'm kind of if I didn't do a beer podcast, it'd probably be a lighting podcast.
I mean, really.
I love like the Philips Hughes bulbs.
Yep.
But it's just I don't like overhead lights. I hate them.
Well,
so it's funny.
She hates that fluorescent.
So
that, like I said, that daycare look.
It's functional, but it
serves a purpose, but it
sucks up a little bit of that
bad
life.
For pictures,
That too.
So listen, at the house, it's funny because Robert and the kids, if they're in their room doing whatever, the kids are in their room playing games and they have their overhead light on, I'll just walk in to check on them and
turn it off.
Open up their blinds. I'm like, use the daylight. You know?
Or she'll turn a lamp on.
Or I'll turn a lamp on. I do lamps.
I'm the same way.
Hence the Edison,
Yes. No, those. What is it about those? They're like, it's a little bit of like.
It's because it's warm lighting.
It's nostalgic, and it also has that warm.
It's glowy.
Yes, glowy.
It's not like.
Is glowy a word?
It is now.
Yes.
Okay, it is now.
It's
okay,
not like, bam in your face light. It's not like, like light.
Yeah, it doesn't make you squint.
It's just.
Yeah.
Glowy.
And they look cool. The filaments in there all over the place. That just looks cool.
He was when we were trying to open and stuff and get everything ready, we were on a budget, obviously, and so there was Robert's list of things that needed to be done.
I had I have to have this done list.
The need to have, and
versus
I had the I want to have.
to do.
Yeah.
So there were lots of things that we.
That's why we work well
argue.
together because she has none of the need I have to.
Hey,
she has a big want.
Some
list.
of my wants turn into needs after you're done doing them.
After
you're like,
you
okay, well, we needed
threaten
this,
to kill me,
so.
it turns into a need, right?
So most of our arguments were based off of whose list we were going to go off of.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It takes both. It really does. And you two, we joke, but your personalities, they complement, and your the emphasis that you're drawn to, it's not polar opposites. They're complementary.
Yeah.
Because
like the bar you built and the
badass,
lights.
by the way.
Yes, and the lights. It's like, well, if everybody sees this awesome bar and a washed out fluorescent light, will they?
Thank you. I see, honey. I
Will
was
they
trying to
really
compliment
appreciate
bar.
the craftsmanship to its fullest? It'll be like, oh, that's a nice bar,
bar,
but they won't be
that's
like, wow, man, I just want to put my beer on that and just kind of look at
That's
it.
right. Forever. Stand
It's-
back, take a look at it.
Yeah, there's something to all of that. The feel, the smell, the hustle and bustle going on behind it, people having conversations,
Yeah.
and then the visual and the lighting has a big part of that, and it all adds. And then like it's coming to your brewery, it's a full every sense.
All the senses are heightened.
It's just all of it's just everything is
The whole package.
it's just package.
One-stop
Total-
shop.
Total
There
package.
you go.
Total package. Lex Luger.
That's right,
it.
buddy.
Oh, Lord.
You're the Lex Luger of breweries.
That's right, man.
Well, I'm glad you liked it because we tried really hard. We worked.
There's a year's worth of work in there, and it's
Literally.
just me
Yeah.
working a full-time job every day, and then coming here every evening until 11 o'clock at night. That's what that was.
And there's certain things that, like, because I'm the decorative aspect, and, well, I can't do a lot of the wood. Well, first of all, he won't let me handle power tools.
I like my wife with
Because
all her fingers, believe it or not.
I still call some of them, like, the thing or the...
Yeah, it's the thing, whatever that is. So I'm like,
and,
okay.
He's like, oh, you mean the saw or the, what's the other one?
I showed her how to use a chop saw. That was scary at first.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm a
so.
grown-ass woman. I can chop the saw.
I understand. You can
Or
chop some
saw,
fingers, too.
Whatever.
Might or so.
But
That's
yeah,
right.
so some of the stuff that like I couldn't do during the day, so he had to come work on it at night, so that just so I'd have stuff to do during the day after he. You know.
Yeah. But I couldn't done it without her, not to get all mushy, but to have somebody in your corner that believes 110% in what you're doing and is pushing you to do what you want to do,
Yeah.
that is, I wouldn't have done it without her. There's no way.
Yeah.
He's like Rocky and Mickey, man. You know, somebody in your corner that's just pushing you to do it. And she's
So
like,
who's Mick?
I don't even know who that is.
she's a good looking Mick, though. You know?
You're the
Well, he's being sweet and all, but really, I have my reasons for wanting him to succeed. So.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. It's a mutual benefit all the way around, right?
So yeah, so sometimes he's like, Nicole, that. So I just want to be famous, you know. So he laughs whenever I say that, and I'm like, well, you know, I mean, it's a reason.
I love her. It's hilarious because I want to do this because I have a passion for it. I love doing it. And who doesn't want to brew beer for a living? Every guy, you know, most men would say, if I had a choice to sit out here and drink a few beers and watch in a nice day, 62 degrees, and brew beer, and get paid to do it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, knock on wood, get paid to do it. Who wouldn't want to do that?
I don't know.
And Nicole's like, I just want to be famous.
That's not really the reason. It just was funny.
What level
when
of
I was
famous?
little, I used to like want to be an actress, and obviously that didn't work out very well for me. So,
This beer gets even better as it warms up. It's like,
so
creamy.
I laughed
Yep.
and
It
told
gets a little
him.
more creamy. I want to know nitro bad. I want to try it.
Oh, speaking of nitro, so the food truck that we have coming out on Saturday for the grand opening, Rolling Local.
yeah,
They're a new local food truck,
cool.
farm to table.
They do all local
They actually
farm.
have a nitro coffee or
Yep.
so,
on tap.
Yeah,
cool.
so
Kinda
they
nice.
wanted to get with us about trying to put our coffee out on nitro. So
That's cool. So farm to table, so just fresh, like
Yep.
whatever
Yeah,
they
it's
can source.
funny 'cause
Everything that I will plug them for this because
Yeah.
everything you taste of theirs, it's like fresh is the word, but
Yeah.
it's
It's
so
good.
different and so good.
it's funny because Michelle actually called me whenever I was
Oh, great.
in
Doing
well,
number
we were
one?
out here, but yeah, my phone was in there, and because she's going to buy all the ingredients and stuff today for this weekend, and she wants to know how many people we've got coming, guest count. Of course, we don't really have a guest count yet because well,
No telling.
but yeah, so everything they do, they buy it weekly, I guess, and make it fresh, and they have like a really good bacon coleslaw.
Bacon coleslaw.
So good.
That sounds awesome.
Bacon's
And this-
good in
They have
everything.
a butternut like soup,
Mm.
squash soup. It's really good.
Yeah.
They have
Do we know what the weather's going to be like yet? I know it's going to be
so-
hot at some point,
so
or not
let's-
hot, but
let's-
rainy.
I think Friday was
trying
the
not-
rain was going to be.
Let's be honest. I've been looking at the weather for like the past, well,
Oh,
as,
yeah.
as far out as it would let me look
Yeah.
for like 15 days. So it looks like Friday, Saturday, it's chance of rain. Sunday, it should be sunny.
But
So-
cooler, high 51-ish.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's butternut squash.
Yeah.
Is
And
a
they have
very
a turkey
fall.
chili.
There you go. That's what you need.
It's good stuff.
That's going to be good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
That.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
excited. I'm excited. We're going to try and be here
Just
Sunday.
need the masses.
Michelle and Christy, they actually just we actually hosted their soft opening for their food truck here. We were trying to aim to make it our soft.
To try and coordinate it together,
theirs.
and
So we
of
would
course
open
the county
when they
wouldn't,
opened,
wouldn't allow that to happen. So.
But we went ahead and hosted their soft opening, and they had a really good turnout, and everyone liked their food. So
Cool.
It's good stuff, man.
Well,
yeah.
awesome. I don't know what else we need to dig in on. If y'all have a few more minutes, like on our Patreon only show, maybe we get into some MCU talk.
Yeah, I got nowhere to go.
What is MCU?
Marvel Universe, man.
How is that MCU?
Collective. It's
Marvel
a
Cinematic
Universe.
that's
It's all
because
together.
it's different. They just canceled Daredevil. This is
Let me tell
All
you
of
something.
them.
Have you? I'm sure. Have you seen the series? Right? You watched
I've not
the third
watched
one?
it.
Robert, do not give
I'm not
away.
gonna spoil it for him.
I'm not a huge Daredevil fan.
Okay.
I'm more. I wanted the Punisher to actually kill Daredevil, but he never did.
Never did.
Um,
Dude,
Okay.
he's blind. Give me a break, dude.
Well,
That's
that's-
like picking on.
he was just a little. And I'm sorry if I'm going to offend
No,
if
no,
he's your
no,
favorite
no.
guy.
No, he's not. He's not. But the series was done really well.
Yes, I think the series was
Really
done well. He had flaws, like is like a person, like I don't know what it was, something that about him bothered me,
Yeah.
and I really wanted the Punisher to shoot him.
Well, the bar was set pretty low with Ben Affleck, so
I never saw that one.
no, you didn't miss anything.
No, I remember that.
It was
one, though.
terrible. Yeah.
Don't add that one to your
No,
It
list.
was
I haven't watched it.
terrible.
I'll probably watch the third season, but knowing it's the last that they'll do. But who knows what's going to happen with Disney? That's a whole
Yeah.
other thing, right?
Like the whole Netflix thing. Luke Cage was blah.
Yeah.
Iron Fist was terrible.
I like Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones, the first season was fantastic.
Now is she the one? Is that like old school? Like
She's a cool chick.
which one is she? Like who's the agent? What's the one that was Captain America's chick?
Sorry.
Oh,
That's
what was her name?
Agent
Peggy. I think there's the name. I can't remember.
something.
Agent something. But I never actually watched that. Believe it or not, I didn't watch that one.
Yeah.
You gonna scream over a
Trying
bumblebee?
really
If
hard
you're
not to
if you're
freak
super
out.
still,
They don't hurt you,
it's
baby.
in my beer.
There
Oh,
he
now
goes.
he's
And he
fine.
just took a.
Seriously,
He just took a
drowning
dive.
now.
He's having
They went into lunch special.
Hey, you
Yeah,
got to
he-
go out somehow.
If you gotta, if
Might as
that's the
well
way to go.
make it go.
Actually, we don't want bees to die. We need more bees.
No.
Huh?
No, definitely.
So what are you gonna do?
Save him. Probably
Put
just
it-
pour him
yeah,
out.
pour it in
You
the-
pour him out, he'll come out of there.
Yeah, just do it.
He's gonna be stumbling a little bit.
Hurry, he's gonna die.
Be free, man.
He's gonna tell all his friends, come
Be
back now.
free.
Be free.
Be free.
He's like kind of crawling out of there. He's like, am I there?
And shake it out.
Every time he moves, the puddle gets bigger.
Don't go into the light, Carol Ann.
I feel bad that I had to pour that beer out, but if
No,
it could
no,
save
he
a
was
bee,
almost empty.
He should be
I
good.
don't.
No, that's the wrong way.
Yeah, go back. Oh, he's drinking it. He's like, dude, this is pretty
amazing.
stellar. What did you say this was? Yeah, delicious.
Yeah,
Now he's in. Yeah, he's going back into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna help.
that's good stuff.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, he's calling his
You're
buddies
gonna-
right now.
Oh wait, you're gonna help?
She won't actually touch him.
Well,
You kidding me?
Oh, now he's on his back. Dead bee. Yeah. Dead. Well, that's a dead bee. That's a sad end to this podcast.
Well, he's not super dead.
He's not super dead.
He's taking a nap.
Okay.
Anyway,
So,
anyway.
Yeah.
yeah, he's
Just-
probably dead.
Yes.
So everything he
was-
tried to do, you just.
I would.
That's
I was
all.
going all let nature take its course, and then you were like mason jar death.
No, I like just scooched
Death
him.
from
I
above,
scooched him
mason
out
jar.
of the beer.
Yeah, you scooched him.
Scooched him right on into eternity.
They're-
He's in a better place.
Is it? Well, I mean, if you're gonna go, you're going in a
That's
big
a
old
way to
full
go.
of beer.
That's awesome.
Dying by
Yeah.
drowning in beer.
All right.
Yeah, if I'm gonna die in a big vat full of beer, that's not too bad, I guess, right?
I mean, if you gotta go.
Ways to go.
So you wanted Punisher to kill.
Yeah, change the
Yeah.
subject.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I wanted Punisher to do basically what you did to that bee, to Daredevil.
I think I'm gonna cry.
Awesome.
I hate killing.
That is
Oh,
awesome.
Robert, it's not awesome.
That's fine. You're fine.
Wait, do you watch Game of Thrones?
I do.
Are you like a fanatic?
I've watched it twice. The whole
Do you
series
collect
twice.
the bobbleheads?
No.
My wife's a fanatic.
I don't collect anything
Fanatical.
other than
Beer glasses.
home, yes, and home brewing equipment and podcast equipment and
So-
Christmas lights that don't work.
There you go.
So
I've just found out.
Can I talk about the beer that we want to make?
Yeah. Oh,
Sure.
I don't know. You're not asking.
I
me.
was asking Robert.
Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So
She normally doesn't ask me.
we
anything.
want to come out. So if you watch Game of Thrones, then you know that the last season's coming out
Uh-huh. Yeah.
in 2019.
Yeah.
It'll
long-
be 6 episodes.
When is it coming out?
April.
Okay, that's not too far.
6 episodes,
2
2
hours.
hours each, so it's like a movie each time.
Yeah.
It took them 4 months to film I guess they say the last battle or something.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. But we want to do a white stout and call it White Walker.
Now, I don't know if there's any trademark infringement or if there's another beer name that yet. I got to do a little research.
You know,
if there's not, we're going on record. This is like out in the
you
open.
just changed the spelling.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody named Wyatt?
No.
You just get somebody named Wyatt to come help you.
WHYT, White Walker.
You just have somebody like named Wyatt come help Wyatt.
I want to make a white stout and call it White Walker because that's cool.
How do you
and
make
then
a
we
white
want to
stout?
sell it. We want to sell it like it be like limited edition and only sell it on the Sundays that Game of Thrones comes on, like Sunday evenings.
How do you make a?
I've got to do a little research first. I know there's a few out there.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out
I
exactly.
think I've had one.
Yeah, we had one the other day. I forgot
Who was it?
It was really good.
Five
Who'd you
Stones
order?
or somebody?
It's like
I don't know.
13% alcohol. It's 12 something. It was like,
It was a doozy.
and it was like bourbon barrel aged too, which
Really?
it wasn't actually white. It was kind of it takes on the barrel, a little bit of the brown hue, but it was really good. And I'm like, God, I want to make one of these. But the whole idea was because she loves Game of Thrones. A lot of people do. A lot of people fanatical
I
about
have
it.
books, like not just the books of the Game of Thrones, but like side books that they've written about the lineage. How do you say
Lineage?
So lineage.
And like where the backgrounds come from. It's
So she can't give me any nonsense about Marvel if she's.
Why?
Well, we're outside. That's fine. He's just a podcast fan. He's good. Anyway,
So anyway, she's got this. I want to do that, and I want to make it. Of course, only serve it on the nights that it's actually being broadcast.
Uh huh.
And
I'm actually having anxiety right now.
that's great.
I'm just gonna close my eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Not that it's on your head.
Oh.
It's not on your head. You're
Oh,
fine.
God.
I'm sick, kitty.
She will come unglued.
Yeah, it's persistent guy. Oh, take off the headphones.
Don't take off running, girl.
I'm
Yeah.
literally gonna freak out.
Okay, he's probably fine.
He won't hurt you.
Probably not.
This is embarrassing. But...
Podcast fan. Anyway,
He's chilling.
so yeah, go ahead. Don't mind me. Just... Keep talking.
Okay. Is it just the one, or is
It's
it?
just one.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just likes a lot of aromas coming out here right
Seriously.
now. Got some beer. He's just chilling. So anyway, that's what we want to do, and I want to try to serve it on those nights. And then, and I told her if anybody comes dressed in full blown costume, the first one's on the house.
Oh, that's cool.
He likes your spot, babe.
Yeah,
He's
taking
right
over.
there by your glass. He's just chilling.
So White Walker, pale stout. You call it a pale stout or a white stout?
It's called a white stout, and there are a couple of them out there. I just got to figure out. Now, if I was the normal me, I might put him into oblivion where the other one went.
Oh, he's on the headphone gear.
Honeybees are.
He's gonna go after that fly. Do you ever watch those videos of like hornet versus bees?
Yeah.
Those are, I love those.
Yeah.
I could go deep on that. I like
Well-
just watch them all day.
You ever been stung by a hornet?
Wasp for sure. Hornet.
I have.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's
That's-
not
that looks
good.
like a
That's a
wasp.
wasp.
Yeah. No, wasps don't feel good, especially like if they fly up your shorts.
Hornets are incredible.
Yeah.
Yep. Fishing one time, young
Yeah.
kid,
A bunch of them.
2 in the face, 1 through completely through the cartilage of ear
They don't.
out the other side.
They don't come in singles.
No.
They're angry jerks.
Yeah, and they come full force.
Yeah. I'm talking about hornets, guy, not wasps. You can settle
Yeah,
down.
hornets.
Where is he?
He's over here,
He's
babe.
over here, just buzzing.
Just go away.
But then people like mistake dirt daubers.
Oh yeah,
They just don't do anything.
they don't do anything at all.
Yeah. They just kind of have that same
I
look.
give you permission.
You want to capture him in this mason jar? See what
I'll
happens.
try to get him in this if I can.
And then if we all go running, that's the end of the show, everybody. just
He likes you, babe.
he does.
I think it's perfume,
I think
Probably.
this is
lotion.
fine.
Okay. Well, we'll wrap it up here as the wasp says. He's like, "This is my place." So grand opening this weekend.
Yes, sir.
December 8th and 9th of the year 2018. All the delicious beers. Come try the 21 Gun Salute if you're a coffee lover. If you are looking for something to go with your fajitas or just like,
Ribeye of choice.
something good, Green Card. I will say the lunch special is probably,
Your favorite?
I don't know if it's hard to say favorite. It's like saying favorite kids, It's like, but at the moment, Like if you're just looking for something comforting, and yeah, I like it a lot. It's probably like if I'm just gonna watch like a football game, it'd probably be come on lunch special. Let's watch a football.
Gonna watch
game.
Hornets and Wasp go at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, be
Yes.
good to kick back.
Literally in my spot right now.
Yeah. If he puts the headphones on, then we'll let him talk.
He actually is.
If he puts the headphones on, we're gonna stay a little longer.
He's gonna be like, "Hey man, what's the buzz?"
That's right.
All right. Well, we'll wrap here, and we're gonna do a little Patreon exclusive MCU talk.
Yep.
Is that cool?
Let's do it. I'm good with it.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Twisted Acre Brewing in Cypress, Texas, near Grant and Telge. What's the official address?
16103 Grant Road.
Just right off. Just if you're on Telge and heading towards the Grand Parkway, take the left. If you're coming from the Grand Parkway, take the right on Grant. If you're coming on Grant from Rose Hill, it'll be on your right before you get to Telge. And if you're on Grant coming from Spring Cypress, cross Telge and take a left.
So a bunch of rights and lefts.
Rights and lefts, that should be clear. Or just
Yeah.
put it in Google Maps and you'll be fine.
Take you
Yeah,
right
can
to
actually
you.
Put Twisted Acre Brewery in
Yes.
It takes
yes,
you right
that's-
to it.
I had to do it like the last 5 minutes to make sure. I was like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go right past the turn. I didn't. I knew which one it was.
Yeah.
I passed by a bunch, and I'm like, that's it. Every time with the kids, that's it. That's where Twisted Acre is. And everybody's like, okay, got you the last 7 times.
Why does it take so long? How long? When are you opening? When are
Yeah.
you opening?
So anyway, all right, everybody. Twisted Acre now open. As you're hearing this, at least this weekend, or if it's after, now open. Come visit them. Is it weekends only?
We're going to try to do, especially during
Thursday,
football
Friday,
season,
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Thursday through Monday.
Thursday through Monday. That's perfect.
Yep.
Okay. And yeah, just come on out, sit out here by the fountain or inside in their glorious tap room, and great things coming for Bobby and Nicky. Is that cool?
That'll work.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for Robert and Nicole, for the Brogdon clan, for Twisted Acre Brewery, for the Wasp, the Bee,
Jesus.
and all the beers. My name is Josh. This is InterBrews.
This is InterBrews.
The preceding has been a presentation of Stewed Productions.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed this episode of InterBrews. If you did, hey, show us some support. Go to our Patreon page, become a Patreon supporter, and there's exclusive interviews and episodes just for you. If you do that, if you've enjoyed the show, get a little more. And help us go on for another 7 years. It's been 7 years. We want to go on for 7 more. I guess. That's a long time. 14 years for a podcast. Has anybody done that? I don't think so. Anyway, show your support if you'd like. We really appreciate it a ton. And exclusive shows. So thank you in advance. And we'll see you next episode of InterBrews.